Good day to you. This is Parker the mechanic. I'm going to show you a quick update to where I am on my tracker project. I got the motor ripped out of it. The one that burped and belched and never ran right. It's out of here. I'm going to part it out and sell it. It's the best way I can get money for it. Let's see here. This Wisconsin TJD engine of mine runs great. It's air cooled. It's got points condenser. It's hand start. It's everything I've always wanted in an engine. Because it's so simple, you can take it apart anywhere you go with a simple toolkit. And even if it leaves you stranded, you can be done with your repairs in a few hours and back on the road. The parts aren't that hard to fabricate for it, or I'd imagine. I've still got to figure out a way to make a mount for it. What I think I'm going to do is I'll find a 1/2 inch thick steel plate that will run down, go in an angle, then rest about 2 to 3 inches below this board here. And that'll give me enough room to close the hood. But at the same time, it will not be hitting the top of the axle housing here. Because this engine is pretty tall. It's almost as tall as the original thing. But you gotta remember the original set down below its mounting point too. So if I set this thing on its mounts at the same level with the frame mounts here, it's going to be hitting the hood and I'll have to cut a hole in it, which I'd rather not do. That's not a bad hood for its age. Once I get the engine mount completed and installed, I'm going to be taking this flywheel here. I'll make a shaft for it that bolts onto these 6 bolts, and it will extend, be resting on a bearing somewhere up in here. That way it can spin freely and it won't be putting excess weight on the transmission shaft. Also, the advantage of using this over, say, a centrifugal clutch like everybody else does is that you have the ability to use your original clutch in here, which will last a whole lot longer than any centrifugal clutch. It's probably not going to burn out when I start riding up this hill here. I'm still not sure what kind of gearing I'm going to put on this thing. You know, there's not much point in my mind to put something too significant, because this engine, it's got a pretty good kick of power in it. And at that, this Willys Tracker, it's got a transfer case that's geared so low you can stick it in 4-low and get out and walk beside it at idle. So it's pretty good. It's pretty low geared, and if I have to, I could just use a 4-low in it. I mean, of course, not have my hubs locked because I don't want to get binding or anything. Yeah, that's about what I got so far. I think I might make a sketch of this later. If I could figure out how to do a photo gallery or a slideshow or something, I might make up a little presentation and post it on the channel. Like you guys see everything I've done to get this thing where it is right now, because I have taken a lot more pictures in detail than I have videos. I'm just not really much of a photographer. So yeah, if anybody has any ideas for me, please let me know. I'd be grateful to hear them. Any advice you can give. I'll probably put the keywords predator powered truck in this so people can find it, because I've done this project specifically to help others do a similar work. That's about the only term you can find these things for. Now there's some Portuguese channels. I think they're down in Brazil. In South America, they make a lot of trucks like this with little diesel engines. They use the original clutch and they just have it belted up to their little 10 horsepower Yanmar diesel engine. It does alright. They haul a lot of load with that. They gear it down a little bit. Sometimes they don't even gear it down at all. And I've seen those things move quite a lot. So yeah, I think this engine will have plenty of power if they're able to haul at least 500 pounds of corn husks. I'm optimistic about it, that's for sure. But still, the first step in the process is to make a SketchUp of my engine mounts and take the measurements down, and then go to the scrapyard and find the stuff I need for it. If anybody wants any parts of this engine, let me know. If you message me in the comments, I might give you a discount on them, because I'll just be listing them on eBay. I'll give you the link on it. Because if you really need the parts off of it, I don't mind knocking a few bucks off for you. It's a mechanic's job to help people, not gouge them constantly. So if I can help you in any way, let me know. Alright. I also have another one of these engines that's seized. So I don't know yet. You know, the exhaust manifold, the intake manifold, they sell for $150 a piece. So, you know, I'm just kind of debating whether to sell it whole or sell it in parts, because I think this has the potential to pay for itself and all the money I've dumped into this project so far. It's not it's not 1,000, but let's see, I paid $300 for 2 of these things. Let's just say I get $100 for the other one at the scrapyard. So, and then I'm selling the old Jeep over here. I'll be getting $100 for that. I've sold bits and pieces off of it. I'd say it's pretty close to paying for itself so far. Yeah, it's done real good. If you can part a car out, that's a great way to make money. One more thing, if anybody can tell me what kind of fuel consumption this engine takes, I'd like to know. My estimates are that at best I'll be able to get about 40 miles a gallon. Maybe. I'm not sure yet, but that might be on the optimistic side. Even if it's not all that great, still it's a good engine. It's a lot better than the one that was in there before. Well, I'm going to stop talking now. I'll let you all go. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. Thanks, bye.